Multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger loves me like.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire.
Well, let's make it do what it do and spark that
Hi, hello. To and you welcome in to another edition of Braylon Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour on this Friday evening. Everybody is 6 minutes after 6 o'clock. Glad to have all you here. I was just relaxing. By the way, shout out to Once Upon an Island. We're watching some Survivor content, and I gotta tell you something. That content creator is absolutely great. All you gotta do is press play and let it go. That's all you gotta do. So shout out to Once Upon an Island, a great content creator. You know, it's really amazing when you look at other content creators to see that they can actually do other content. Some people might need to try that. Anyway, moving on. So, like I said, Warner Bros. Discovery, child, it is the media story that keeps on going and going and going and going and going and going. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's get to it because this is very, very interesting. So I saw an article that said that Netflix, I know. Netflix is very wishy-washy. I'm going to explain why here in just a little bit. Then I saw Apple and Amazon all are reportedly interested in buying Warner Brothers Discovery. Child, I swear to God, it's if it's not one thing, it's another. I swear to you. So let me get these links pulled up here, and then we'll make it do what it do. Like I said, hopefully everybody's having a good time this Friday evening. It's been kind of dark this Friday. You know what I mean? It's been kind of dark. But anyway, glad to have all of you in the building with me. Absolutely. So let's make it do what it do. Because higher is waiting, lower is available. Either way, we gotta go on tour. Yes, indeed, we do. Let me take down this iconic intro here. Yes, indeed. Right there. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do. And then there is a me. Wait. There I am. Hey, everybody. Glad to have all you here. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get to the good and doing what we do here. So I want to bring up some articles about Netflix first. So here it is here. Netflix has said Toronto will be choosy with mergers and acquisitions amid Warner Brothers sale talks. But the co-CEO maintains the streamer has no interest in acquiring legacy media networks. This is coming to us from the Wrap here, okay? Despite years of proclaiming that it's a builder and not a buyer, Netflix appears to be warming up to the idea of actually buying something. We focus on profitable growth and reinvesting in our business, both organically and through selective mergers and acquisitions. Toronto said on video conference call with investors emphasizing the selective mergers and acquisitions bit. The comments come on the heels of Warner Bros. Discovery launching a strategic review following unsolicited interest from multiple parties for all or part of the company. So if you don't know, Warner Bros. Discovery is separating itself into two companies. One company is going to be the studios and the streamers, the TV division, the movie division. When I say TV division, I mean the production companies and the film studios, right, along with the streamers. And the other company is going to be the linear television networks. The debt of the whole enchilada, the whole company, Warner Bros. Discovery is going to be on linear television networks, which is about $37 billion. Just to give you context, connection. CNBC's David Faber report on Tuesday that Netflix and Comcast are among the interested parties in the streaming and studio side of the business, which is set to separate from the linear network side in April. Discovery also has reportedly rejected the bid for Paramount for being too low. Toronto's Tuesday remarks also took a markedly different tack than his co-CEO Greg Peters, who earlier this month threw big shade at big media mergers after word had got out that Paramount was seeking to buy all of Warner Bros. Discovery. One should have a reasonable amount of skepticism around big media mergers. They don't have an amazing track record over the history of time, Peters said at a media conference. Toronto sounded more amenable to the idea. It's true that historically we have been more builders than buyers, and we think we have plenty of runway for growth without fundamentally changing that playbook. Nothing is the path for us to meet our goals that we have for the business Toronto's added. Adding in general, we believe that we can be and we will be choosing. Notably, Toronto's know that there's been no change to Netflix's disinterest in owning legacy media networks, likely referencing the upcoming Warner Bros. Discovery split that will divide the company into Warner Brothers, which will house the film studio, HBO streaming assets, and Discovery Global, which will consist of the company's linear networks. Peters addressed the potential risk if another company scoops up Warner Bros. Discovery, knowing that even if some of its competitors materially get bigger, it doesn't change the competitive landscape. Watching some of our competitors potentially get bigger via mergers and acquisitions does not change in and of itself, at least our view on the competitive landscape, and we don't think it changes the substance of the challenge that our competitors face, he said. So that is that there. So when it comes to this, getting the movie side and the, TV production studios, right? I do think it's interesting because if you think about licensing, right? Like the NFL, it's billions of dollars for licensing. So when I first heard that Netflix, right, and Comcast were interested in Warner Bros. Discovery, like, wait a minute, I know Comcast really isn't interested because y'all just got done divesting your linear networks, but it looks like they want to bulk up their film library. Now, does that also include the Warner Brothers line? Because think about it, NBC Universal has Universal Studios Hollywood, right? So do they really need another bag line? And when you think about Netflix, they do have that. They do have the studio that's happening in New Jersey, I believe, that former air base that they're turning into a movie studio. So, but to have Warner Brothers in their back pocket and to have that catalog of movies and TV shows, and also too, they will be acquiring HBO, which honestly would be huge because HBO Max would fold into Netflix, really. But then also too, if they got HBO, the network HBO, then they have a whole network where, guess what? If they want to have people to have a platform for TV to work for their shows, then Netflix say, hey, we own HBO, so we can put it on HBO and we can put it on Netflix. So you can do linear and streaming, right? So very interesting there. And then here is Netflix here again, saying we're not interested in acquiring linear assets. This is from Deadline.com here. Netflix is often talked about as a potential buyer for big Hollywood studios, but as the latest set of mergers and acquisition rumors swirl, the streamer is laying out its position in no uncertain terms. Now, the reason why I said that Netflix is flip-floppy or wishy-washy is because they said they would never do live sports. They did a NFL Christmas Day game, okay? They said they would never do news, but yet they did a pilot for the Daily Beast, right? Like a 30-minute, type of news documentary series, right? And it's just interesting because everything they said that they wouldn't do, they are now doing. It's like I said, live sports, the news part of it all, and now they're talking about we wouldn't buy, any legacy media networks. Sure, you wouldn't buy any linear media television networks, but you're still buying legacy media, where, like Tess Ronto said, we are more builders than buyers. So, yeah, Netflix, what are you doing? We are not interested in acquiring linear assets, the company said in its fourth quarter financials. It comes as Netflix adds 13 million subscribers in the quarter, far higher than expected. The streamer also gave its perspective on the merger and acquisition talk that has dominated Hollywood over the last few months. Essentially, it doesn't believe that more consolidation will change the competitive environment given what has come before. As our competitors adjust to these changes, it's logical to expect further consolidation, particularly among companies with large and declining linear networks. We're not interested in acquiring linear assets, nor do we believe that further mergers and acquisitions among traditional entertainment companies will materially change the competitive environment, given all the consolidation and all that has already happened over the last decade. It noted in its results. As it highlighted, but that's how I feel like the sentence should go. But anyway, it highlighted Viacom and CBS coming together, Disney buying some of Fox assets, AT&T's deal about Warner Brothers, as well as Discovery's move to later take over the company. There's been plenty of deal talk already over the past couple of months, including rumors of a possible Warner Bros. Discovery and Paramount tie-up, or the never-ending saga about the ownership of Paramount owner National Amusements, as well as a possible Comcast and Warner Bros. Discovery deal. But we expect our industry to remain highly competitive given the franchise strength and programming expertise within traditional media companies, ongoing heavy investment from large tech players like YouTube, Amazon, and Apple, and broader competition for people's time, including gaming and social media, TikTok, Instagram, etc. They added, it's why continuing to improve our entertainment offering is so important. As many of our competitors cut back on their content spend, we continue to invest in our slates. Just don't try to sell Netflix or linear networks, it seems. Okay, then let's look at the 6 comments. The rationale makes sense to me. Why is there the need to buy a distressed asset? If it doesn't work in one machine, it won't work in the other. Linear assets will slowly continue to erode, and Netflix will simply sit on this island and watch what happens from afar. Excuse me. Sorry. Truly insufferable, Georgianne. It's why continuing to improve our entertainment offering is so important. You damn right it is. When you gonna make some good feature films? Oh, damn. Henry is like, y'all don't make good shit at all. Seriously, it's getting embarrassing now. Rebel Moon sums it up. Total garbage. Put some execs in charge who know what they're doing. Or you could say Netflix has gone from 95% crap to 99% crap, and they have 260 million people willing to pay for crap. So what's their motive not to keep churning out the likes of Rebel Moon? Gaming makes more money than TV or film. Social gets more ad dollars than TV or film. Netflix is trying to compete with the 1980s market. I mean, I will agree with that. I do think that ad dollars with social media is definitely where it's at, but still, like I said before, with linear television has the power to broadcast what people can get curious about. Streaming showcases what people give a fuck about. Linear broadcast what people can get curious about. Streaming showcases what people give a fuck about. Linear television broadcast what people could get curious about. Streaming showcases what people give a fuck about. Because guess what? Some of the biggest shows that people care about, they come from the world of streaming. Not so much linear TV. So that's why when I hear, linear television's dying and stuff, okay, well, guess what? After they air on linear TV, guess where they go? Streaming. So, I mean, like, it kind of boggles my mind when I hear stuff like that, right? So here is that article from The Verge, right? Here we go. Netflix, Amazon, and Apple are reportedly interested in buying Warner Brothers. Warner Bros. Discovery has already apparently turned down a few offers from Paramount. 3 of the rumored potential buyers for Entertainment Time Warner Bros. Discovery are tech companies. Netflix, Amazon, and Apple are all interested in buying Warner Bros. Discovery as a whole or acquiring pieces of the company, like its content libraries and production assets, according to Bloomberg. Now, the one company, right, the one company that is not featured in here is Google. But I'm going to show you the conversation that we had over here about Google. Because I do believe Google could be a wild card. I sincerely do. Here it is here. Okay. Let me show y'all this here. So you see right here. So right there, as you can see, Warner Warner Bros. Google Discovery. I said Google has 100 zeros their movie and TV division. Although they say it's not a movie and TV division, it's more of an initiative. Child, it's a part of y'all company. It's a division. Low key. YouTube used to do YouTube originals for YouTube Red. Pedro Pena said there was no appetite for originals. Then Mahone said we don't know how to pick originals. The long form content is becoming more dominant, and YouTube is primarily watched on TV now more than ever before. So could Google be a surprise player in this bid for Warner Bros. Discovery? And Google has YouTube TV. In addition to that, 17.4 million people watch the NFL game for free on YouTube. I truly believe Google could buy Warner Bros. Discovery and make something with it. Because think about it. All of the linear television content just gets turned into clips for YouTube. And all the movie trailers for Warner Bros. Discovery, guess where they go? YouTube. So guess what? If Google owned Warner Bros. Discovery, then guess what? They would have to do what Amazon did for a good while, where people on Twitch could watch up to 70 shows and movies, or a combination of both, of TV shows and movies. They were able to watch up to 70 selections through Twitch and not have any copyright issues. So I'm just saying, I think Google really could buy Warner Bros. Discovery, but that's just me. Earlier this week, by the way, this article here of Netflix, Amazon, Apple being interested in buying Warner Bros. Discovery is according to Bloomberg. Earlier this week, Warner Bros. Discovery announced it was launching a strategic review of strategic alternatives rather to maximize shareholder value in light of unsolicited interest in the company. In light of unsolicited interest the company has received from multiple parties for both the entire company and Warner Bros., according to the report. After receiving the above inquiries, as well as others from Paramount and Comcast, it's writing non-disclosure agreements for the prospective buyers ahead of sharing financial data with them. People familiar with the matter told Bloomberg that Warner Bros. Discovery has already passed on 3 offers, Paramount including one for up to $24 per share. Paramount recently completed a tricky and controversial merger with Skydance Media. The reason why it's controversial is because they had to get an ombudsman for CBS News, Britt Weiss, who was the former CEO of the Free Press, which Paramount bought. Her tenure as CEO or as the president of CBS News is starting very dicey. And also, too, Paramount had to get rid of their diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives. Yeah. Warner Bros. Discovery owns the likes of HBO, CNN's DC Studios, and of course its namesake film studio, all of which it could potentially sell. If the Paramount Skydance merger is any indication, finding a buyer that can acquire Warner Bros. Discovery as a whole could prove challenging. However, Warner Bros. Discovery has already announced plans to split its cable, TV, and streaming businesses next year. Holy, let's see the comments here and see what the people have to say about it. And I always love bringing in the comments because sometimes, even with my media brain, sometimes there are corners that I'm not even seeing. So let's see what the people got to say. Right here. How much for this Warner Brothers dog? $50 billion, $100 billion is a lot of money for Apple, a company that has to spend more than $3 billion on any acquisition in its entire history. Hopefully Apple will have the discipline to say no to such a boondoggle. It will be the equivalent of Microsoft's acquisition of Blizzard Games for $75.5 billion, which was flushed down the drain because Sony and Nintendo are still winning the games race. Grandiose, mindless, overpaying acquisitions usually end in tears. Why Apple must join Microsoft, Google, Meta, and OpenAI in their madness. Apple made the right call by building up Apple TV from the ground level. Old school Warner Bros. Is just looking for a payday at the end of their reign. Okay, very interesting take, Max. Very interesting. Everyone wants to acquire Warner Bros. Discovery already too big. Whatever happens, please don't learn about my old AT&T fiber account paying for Max, and don't merge with Skydance. Didn't some HBO people go to Apple when AT&T bought Warner Brothers a while ago? Might help facilitate integration. I don't care about any of this except who ends up with anime. I love to see priorities matter to people. That is great. Because we're in the worst timeline, they will all buy it jointly, then divide TVCs across the platform, so you have to be subscribed to all of them. That's a fair point. The ideal is for the FCC to block this entirely and force last off all the ghouls in the C's corporate suite and Warner Bros. To just do their jobs, run a completely self-sufficient studio, get lost. Every other alternative is real with heinous compromises that should be regulated out of the minds and imaginations of any future opportunistic MBA who would menace the entertainment industry next with antitrust. Why do you think the bathroom got some donations from these folks? The ideal buyer for Hollywood would be Apple or Amazon, as they have the demand for theatrical and streaming, along with the money to fund hitting the mass without taking share value. That's the peak of global platform. As you get crossover value with Hollywood and not Hollywood, as the intellectual property travels worldwide. K-pop Demon Hunters, Adolescents, Bridgerton, and Squid Games are the execution, but it is hard and expensive. Netflix had signaled they weren't interested, but probably don't mind looking at their books and bidding up the price. The deal doesn't make sense. They output insane amounts as it is, and having the most scale in the subscription space. If they want to buy a studio, they will be talking to Sony, although they probably just want to keep the status quo as they're the hedging. Skydance is a disaster for Hollywood as it zeroes out a major studio through a merger. I really can't wrap my head around Warner Brothers, who, at least from my own memory, carries such prestige, is going to be potentially acquired by a big tech company. I think it's incredibly tragic. David Sassoff has done, and likely through the sale will play a key role for a major setback, if not outright downfall of Hollywood. Look at what a company like Apple has already done in mailing with the journalistic integrity of the Jon Stewart show. There's likely dozens of other examples that reflects Apple's worry about certain content to their own values and shareholders. Amazon also appears to do a joke of a Stewart for studio content as well. They continue to pump out junk into their ad real Prime app. Netflix apparently might slow things down, focus on quality, but for the last several years, it's been essentially a flop factory through and through mindless entertainment. It truly hurts my head to think that someone like Netflix or Apple could hold the rights to such incredible franchises like such as DC Comics, which includes Batman, Superman, then Harry Potter, let alone a century of incredible cinematic masterpieces. As if we had an actual functioning government, I feel certain something like this couldn't even be entertained due to the undeniable optics of what monopoly that might be. That is true, because competition does make a rising tide lift all boats. And honestly, tell you the truth, I am kind of sick of the mergers and acquisitions, because that's why I asked the question: is media becoming cold stove creamer, where it's like, okay, well, let's just combine these two flavors and make it do what it do. I mean, cold stone creamer, you have choices. So now media, instead of being just one for each thing, now it's like, okay, well, let's just add some flavors over here, add some flavors over there. It's just becoming a disarrayed mess, honestly. I don't think Apple will want the cable business to include CNN, the comic book stuff, too lowbrow for Apple. They want HBO, much of Warner's film business. They tried to buy HBO in the past, only for Warner to refuse to sell it separately. But we'll see what happens this time. Warner seems much more desperate now. Don't forget AOL, Time Warner. They non-systemically merged with tech company before, but also didn't help them in the long run. Now, of course, there was the telecom years of AT&T. Losing the entire studio would be a huge loss to the industry and to entertainment. There would probably be a large loss of shows and movies, which means less options for viewers and a significant amount of jobs. Only people benefiting are shareholders. Everyone else is a loser. Let's see here. While media consolidation is bad, I think any of these companies buying Warner's would be better than Skydance. The only two likely outcomes are still Paramount succeeds and buy Warner's, or Paramount fails. Warner's goes unbought and Sassoff proceeds with his plans to break the company into the good parts and bad parts of the goal of making the bad parts go away. Maybe fob them off on some sucker. Not some sucker, oh my lord. Some of these rumors are sheer BS, probably manipulating the negotiation process. Netflix and Apple are interested. Amazon, maybe Comcast and their dreams are in no position to take on Warner's. And 47 hates them and will interfere in the approval. This cannot be allowed to happen. The status quo isn't great, but better than what this could lead to. You think Apple and Netflix are going to continue to release physical media? Maybe they would, but absolutely not worth the risk. Physical media is not important. Lies you tell. Did you not hear about the sales of Wicked and the physical DVD copies? But then again, we're talking about physical media overall, not just for a select piece of intellectual property or content. I appreciate that you have a hobby horse about it, and so do many people on brain rot websites like Red, but the actual physical media does not sell. People don't really care about insert source. If they do split the company, I can see Apple taking HBO and some of Warner Bros. Studio assets, maybe some of their own catalog, and I see DC, the main Warner Bros. Discovery assets, and CNN going to Amazon. I see Netflix taking all the Discovery content and Cartoon Network. In my opinion, that would be pretty close to ideal. Apple kind of figured out how to be HBO without needing to be HBO. Netflix became basic cable by its share and broad appeal. The guys who need to buy Warner Bros. Discovery is Amazon. They have the subscriber base by default, but they don't have the constant hits or library to keep people in the platform. Apple buying the studio will create some weird dynamics that I don't think they even want to do anything that I don't think even they want anything to do with. Remember when everyone was pissed about ads for the F1 movie coming from the Wallet app? Just before that, there was noise from directors about how Apple wasn't doing enough to promote their theatrical releases, which I don't think is a coincidence. It'll be awfully hard to keep that in check with a release schedule like Warner Bros. I'd rather no one buys them, we stop mergers, but if that's not going to be a thing, I'll be less upset with Apple. Netflix legit seems like the biggest concern due to their commanding market performance in streaming. Apple owning HBO feels like a bad fit unless they're going to let it run independently. I know Apple does mature content, but they don't do mature content, and that's a big distinguisher. Spiritually, they feel like a good match, though. My bet is Amazon buys their way, and with a bid that Warner Bros. Can't refuse. Netflix doesn't make the kind of high quality stuff HBO made in their heyday. If you open up Netflix, it's 99% slop. It's been that way before term came to widespread. Before that term came into widespread use, even their biggest hits are almost always junk. They only put out the good stuff during awards season. Apple has been making mature stuff for a while now. Apple doesn't have anything capital M mature, though that's sort of an HBO hallmark. Severance exists. What they don't have is completely pointless nudity, but that has detracted from almost every HBO show that depicted it. If your definition of capital immature is random sex scenes that are really depicted graphically rather than shot like a typical R-rated movie, your outlook, I guess, your definition is adult language, graphic violence, adult themes, etc. Much of Apple TV's lineup is that kind of stuff. Let me tell you, I've been watching the morning show. Yeah, that's capital M. Right, and I think capital M really, like, let me see who said this. SGSG said, I think mature should be more for storytelling, not the theatrics of adulthood, right? So very well said there. Much of the nudity in HBO shows were tied to Michael Lombardo pushing it. Unfortunately for fans of that era of HBO, he left in 2016. It's not the same HBO was then. There's really no reason it can't easily, comfortably slide right under Apple TV's umbrella. Apple seems to be the best landing spot for the good parts of Warner. HBO, some of the movie business with the Discovery stuff being tossed aside. That said, I'm still bothered by how Tim Cook personally torpedoing the show about Gawker. Scraper sounded great, and I wanted to see it. At least Cord Jefferson went on to make something excellent, but I wanted the Gawker show. So that is everything, okay, that you need to know about that. And then, of course, let me get this Bloomberg article up. Like I said, it's really interesting because to me, when it comes to the studios and the streamers and stuff, I think that's the biggest play out of both of these companies. And some people are thinking, well, nobody's going to buy the linear TV networks. You don't know that. Because if I recall, I believe Byron Allen wanted to buy BET for $3 billion. But then he went over to ABC and reportedly put in a $10 billion bid, right? So there are people who want to buy linear networks. The question is, who will step into the ring? So that's going to be the big thing there. Here it is here from Bloomberg. Copied it before the show. Warner Bros. Discovery said it's considering possible sale of the company after receiving unsolicited interest from multiple parties. Netflix and Comcast Corp are weighing bids for parts of the media and entertainment company, according to people with knowledge of the matter. The Warner Bros. Board will evaluate a broad range of options, including a planned split of the company by mid-2026 and outright sell separate deals for its studios and streaming or cable TV units, according to a statement Tuesday. After receiving interest from multiple parties, we have initiated a comprehensive review of strategic alternatives to identify the best path forward to unlock the full value of our assets. Chief Executive Officer David Zaslav said Warner Brothers Warner Brothers declined to comment on who the interested parties are. Paramount Skydance Corp, the film and TV company led by Dave Ellison, has already made at least one offer for the whole company. Let me see if I can zoom in here. There we go. The whole company, Bloomberg report, and was rebuffed for being too low. CNBC reported that Paramount had made multiple bids below $30 a share, all of which were rejected. Warner Brothers shares jumped as much as 12% on Tuesday in New York. The stock has climbed to about $20 from $12 since initial reports of Paramount's interest emerged last month. The Warner Brothers business has already been sold twice in the last decades. Legacy media companies have struggled to contend with the rise of online competition. Zaslav merged Warner Discovery Incorporated and Warner Brothers to create a more robust competitor to Netflix, but the strategy hasn't worked. A sale of all or part of the company will reshape Hollywood and the media industry, potentially consolidate major studios and combine or eliminate streaming services. Earlier this year, Warner Brothers announced plans to split into two businesses, one focused on cable TV networks and the other on streaming and studios. The move is an attempt to unshackle its faster-growing streaming division, including HBO Max, from the declining cable networks like TNT, CNN, Oprah Winfrey Network. Ellison, the son of Oracle Corp chairman Larry Ellison, is seeking to swoop in before a potential breakup of Warner Bros., while Zaslav believes he can get a hefty premium for his streaming and studio business once they are separated from cable channels. Bloomberg has previously reported Paramount has also discussed acquiring Warner Bros. With Apollo Global Management Incorporated. Apollo Global Management really does run the world, y'all. They have so many hands and so many different pots, it's ridiculous. According to people familiar with the matter, private equity company controls Legendary Entertainment, which owns a piece of several Warner Brothers franchises. Paramount is fresh off a deal of its own after merging with Skydance Media in August. The newly combined companies plan to eliminate thousands of jobs in an effort to cut $2 billion in costs. The spokesperson for Paramount declined to comment on the bidding. Netflix and Apple have often been mentioned by analysts as potentially interested buyers of Warner Brothers assets, but Apple's top services executive Ed Q all but ruled out a deal. Speaking on the podcast, The Town, I never say no to anything, but we're not actively looking to buy any company of size, he said. That's Eddie Q there from Apple. Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos has expressed interest in Warner Brothers Studio, its large content library, and its film production lot, according to a person familiar with the discussions. The company isn't interested in owning TV networks. However, we believe we can and will be choosy, Sarandos told investors on our earnings call Tuesday. We have a great business. We're predominantly focused on growing organically. Comcast, the parent company of NBC Universal, is also taking a look but hasn't made a formal offer, according to people familiar with the matter. who asked not to be named in discussing private talks. One of the largest cable TV broadband providers, Comcast, is also restructuring its TV business and plans to spin off networks including MSNBC, USA, and CBC later this year. A spokesperson for Comcast declined to comment on a bid for Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers was created through mergers and acquisitions and hopes to exit via mergers and acquisitions. Ross Bennis, an analyst at eMarketer, said in an email, the last few mergers associated with Warner have eroded the shareholder value and resulted in layoffs, but the company's TV network, studio, and streaming service will still hold value to the right buyer. Warner Brothers still believes that the planned separation of its cable networks from its studios will create compelling value. Chairman Samuel D. Piazza said in a statement that said, we are determined taking these actions to broaden our scope is in the best interest of shareholders. The company said there's no deadline or definitive timetable set for completion of the strategic review process. Allen and Co., J.P. Morgan, Chase and Co., company, by the way, everybody, and Evercore are serving as financial advisors to Warner Brothers. While Warner Brothers fields offers, it's also raised prices for HBO Max on Tuesday. Yeah, the basic ad-supported version of the streaming service increased by $1 to $11 per month. It happened immediately, by the way, in case you did not know that. The standard option, which allows users to stream on 2 devices, rose by $1.50 to $18.50 per month, while the premium version, which enables streaming on 4 devices, jumped by 2% to $23 a month. So, to the map we go, everybody. To the map we go. Let's zoom in here. Try to find Warner Brothers. Okay, Warner Brothers is right here. So these two companies are going to be separated, right? And then right here, $490 billion. They want to buy this, but they don't want to buy this, right? Now, here's the thing that I believe Netflix could do. Now, this is just me talking here. They don't want to buy the linear TV networks because they believe that it's a declining asset. However, the seasons of all of those shows are not declining assets. So, what if, right? They air on the networks, but there's a content sharing partnership where all the old seasons, right, go over to Netflix, right? And the new, well, hang on, let me flip reverse rewind it back. I gotta put this. All the new seasons, right, of, all the Discovery Network shows on Netflix, and all the old seasons stay on Warner Brothers, HBO Max, right? Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, bro. I gotta have 2 streaming services to watch it. Yeah, if they want to diversify their portfolio. But I do think this will be bought by somebody. I really, really do. Like I said, Netflix being able to have Warner Bros. Discovery right here, having Warner Brothers, having HBO in their arsenal, which is a linear television asset. And of course, having HBO Max combined to Netflix would be huge. Like I said, Disney right now, they're not going to buy anything. Because guess what? Bob Iger said, as many of our competition is leaving the business, we're staying in the business. But now Hearst Communications and Disney are exploring the potential sale of the A&E network. So that doesn't mean that's going to be sold, but it's a potential sale, right? So Netflix is interested in buying this, and then Comcast right here is interested in getting Warner Brothers here. Now, there has been talks of Warner Brothers and Paramount Plus combining, and Peacock and HBO. Let me flip reverse wide back. There's been rumors about HBO Max and Paramount Plus combining, and HBO Max and Peacock combining before, right? So that's been talked about before. That's nothing new. Hang on. Sorry there. And then we talk about Amazon, right? Like I said, Amazon right here, you see $2.3 trillion. I think, honestly, they probably really could do something with that. Like I said, the e-commerce space is growing every day. So imagine Amazon being able to make merchandise off of the movies and TV shows out of the Warner Bros. Discovery catalog. And not to mention, too, imagine if the Warner Brothers content library and the Discovery content library came to Amazon Prime and people on Twitch could showcase shows like they did for 70 selections. I think that would be a very interesting move. Apple right here. Let's look at Apple, $3.8 trillion. Apple TV is on its own island, you know what I mean, which is good and not good. It's good because they don't have to be subjected to trying to keep up with anybody else, but it's bad because I know that people watch Hulu, they watch Netflix, they watch HBO Max. Apple TV, they have Severance, they have The Morning Show, they have some hits here and there, but it's not as big as the others. I don't really hear people in my life, they say they're watching Apple TV, right? Just keep it at a buck. There's no shade of Apple. Like I said, none of the wireless companies are going to buy anything because AT&T and Verizon went through that. I think T-Mobile is good where they are. Like I said, I still think Google really could be the wild card here because, like I said, YouTube TV, you think about all the Discovery networks, you can also watch them on YouTube TV. Got about 8 million paid subscribers, and that's growing more and more every year. All of the video clips from Warner Bros. Discovery, Paramount, Disney, Fox, the CW. I mean, the CW's on YouTube, but I mean, nobody really watches the CW like that. Although the CW's trying, but they're not really hitting yet. But all those clips are on YouTube, right? So imagine if Warner Bros. Discovery was owned by Google, it would be Warner Bros. Google Discovery. Guess what? No copyright because they own the content. And then you got to think about Warner Chappell Music. Hello, YouTube Music. Like just keeping it a buck. So I really do think that, you know, Google really could be something. I really, really do. And like I said, I think they chose Apple, Netflix, and Amazon because of the money that they have. Now, here's the thing with Facebook, right? Facebook tried to do Facebook Originals, right? The only big thing that really ever happened from that platform was Red Table Talk, right? And Steve on Watch was decent for what it was, but it wasn't the same as Steve Harvey on television, right? Now I do want to bring up something here. Let me see. I do want to bring this up because I found this very, very, very interesting. So right here, TikTok and Instagram are reportedly working on TV apps. Hang on, y'all. Oh, why it's doing that? Give me a moment. There we go. Oh, hang on, there we go. Oh, really? That's what we're doing? Give me a moment, y'all. It's all good. It's all good in the neighborhood. You see all the news, right? About how, you know, Instagram could be making a TV app. Let me do TechCrunch. TechCrunch. I think this might be it. I can do what I do. I think it is. Okay, awesome. Okay, so I want y'all to check this out right here from Bloomberg. Instagram is exploring a dedicated TV app and video push. This is from Bloomberg. Instagram is exploring building a dedicated TV app as a part of deeper push into video, a move that could get Instagram videos in front of more viewers and also provide more competition for YouTube, which already makes it very easy to watch videos on television. If behavior and consumption of these platforms is moving to TV, then we need to move to TV too. Instagram chief Adam Mosseri said Thursday at the Bloomberg Screen Time conference in Los Angeles. He said the company is exploring a TV app, but added that there was nothing to announce yet. We like to figure out how to make sure that we show up in a compelling way on all the relevant devices, he said, adding that he wishes the company had looked into a TV app years earlier. Mosseri said he believes that the existing vertical video content on Instagram can work in a TV format. The executive said he isn't interested in licensing live TV sports or other content from Hollywood, however. You know, it's funny because that's the same thing Netflix said, and then they fell on their ass and did anyway. Now, Netflix, no shade to you, but if there was a palm tree to put over you for shade, to shade you, I'm just saying facts, okay? Y'all definitely are the leaders in streaming, but y'all also say y'all would never do live sports, or y'all would never do live content, or y'all would never do news, right? So just say Instagram, which is owned by Meta Platforms Incorporated or Facebook Incorporated, now has 3 billion monthly users. The app has evolved considerably in the last several years from its original photo-centric approach to put more emphasis on the app's most popular features, private messaging, stories, and short-form videos known as Reels. Videos, specifically Reels, has become a major focus on Instagram as it competes fiercely with ByteDance Ltd's TikTok. Mosseri announced last month that the app will feature Reels, the Reels icon more prominently in the navigation bar. Instagram's new iPad app opens directly onto Reels instead of the traditional feed. The platform is also running a test of that format with Reels in India. Instagram has tried to capitalize on TikTok's uncertain future in the U.S., launching its own video editing app earlier this year as an alternative to ByteDance CapCut. I think it's called Edits, if I'm not mistaken. Mosseri told Bloomberg in September that he expects a large portion of Instagram's future growth to come from India, where TikTok is currently banned. Well, I want to show y'all this here because they did have a video app, right? They did have a video app. Welcome to Instagram TV, our new video app. Okay, so this was huge today, or that day. We have two big announcements to share. First, Instagram is now a global community of 1 billion. Since our launch in 2010, we've watched amazement as the community has flourished and grown. This is a major accomplishment. So from all of us at Instagram, thank you. Second, we're announcing our most exciting feature today, IGTV, a new app for watching long-form vertical video from your favorite Instagram creators. Like Laura DIY posted her newest project, or King Bot sharing his latest comedy skit. While there's a standalone IGTV app, you'll be able to watch from within the Instagram app, so the entire community of 1 billion can use it from the very start. So you have the Instagram app, and then you have the Instagram TV app. IGTV is different in a few ways. First, it's built for how you actually use your phone, so videos are full screen and vertical. Also, unlike on Instagram, videos aren't limited to 1 minute. Instead, each video can be up to an hour long. We've made it simple too. Just turn on the TV. IGTV starts playing as soon as you open the app. You don't have to search to start watching content from people you already follow on Instagram and others you might like based on interest. You can swipe up to discover more, switch between for you, following popular, and continue watching. You can also like, comment, and send videos to friends in direct. So here it is here. So this is how it would look on Instagram TV. So it would be a vertical video, and you can watch the whole thing. As you can see, it's an hour long. 9,700 views, 188 comments. Also, like TV, IGTV has channels, but IGTV, the creators of the channels, when you follow a creator on Instagram, their IGTV channel will show up for you to watch. Anybody can be a creator. Y'all, I'm not trying to be funny, but they did say I can be a creator, but it takes somebody to be an artist. Listen, Instagram said, that's what Instagram said. Anybody can be a creator. That's what they said. That's what they said. Why y'all getting mad at me? Instagram said you can upload your own Instagram TV videos in the app or on the web to start your own channel. Now, fortunately, this is no longer around, everybody. Instagram has always been a place to connect with the people who inspire, educate, and entertain you every day. With your help, IGTV begins a new chapter of video on Instagram. We hope it brings you close to the people and things you love. So, the reason why I am bringing this up is because it would be interesting, right, if Instagram was up for sale. Give me a moment. I don't do anything by accident. No, I do not. Let me pull this up here. So right here, we talked about this here. Instagram up for sale because there was a situation that was going on where Facebook was a part of a lawsuit, was over data, this, that, and the third, and potentially Instagram could have been up for sale because the government thought that Facebook or Meta was getting a monopoly. So let me just show y'all this here. Here we go.
But then Apple got hit with their case. And so that argument is probably not going to hold up in court. And there are some arguments that the judge has already said Meta's not allowed to use. So why is this important? Because the FTC is actively seeking to force Meta to sell Instagram. Now, the reason this is huge for content creators is because if Instagram is sold by Meta, that means that it's going to have a new owner, obviously, but those new owners can actually institute a new policy as far as content moderation. Now, we all know that Meta has taken this free speech.
Now, not just content moderation, but also content monetization. So, wanted to bring that to your attention because imagine, right, if whoever buys Warner Bros. Discovery also wanted to buy Instagram, right? Because let's go back to what the CEO of TikTok, not TikTok, but let's go back to what the CEO of Instagram said here. Let's see here. The executive said he's not interested in licensing live sports or other exclusive content from Hollywood, however. Let's see something. I want to see Mr. Beast for a minute. I just want to see how big Mr. Beast is on YouTube. Not YouTube, but Instagram, sorry. It's been a long day, y'all. And hopefully your day has went well. Yes, indeed. Mr. Beast. All right, so here it is here, right? Here it is here. Let me get this here. So here is Mr. Beast. 78.9 million followers, right? Which is crazy to think about. So let's look at his reels right there. You see this? 152 million views, 178 million views, 234 million views. Now, there is no way in hell that the CEO of Instagram is really thinking that he is not going to try licensed content. You got 178 million views off of this reel right here, right? Bruh. You see how many likes that is? 5,961,584 people liked that. There is no way in hell that you're not going to explore this, because think about this. With Instagram TV back in the day, you could upload a video that was 60 minutes. Now, I want to show you something else that's going to add to this. Because we talked about this here on Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Here it is right here. Want to show y'all this right here from TechCrunch. TikTok tests 60-minute video uploads as it continues to take on YouTube. So there was a show called Making It that was on NBC, and they had to upload 6 10-minute videos. That was a whole episode. So if TikTok creates TikTok studios and Instagram creates Instagram studios to go to Netflix and Hulu and HBO Max and the TV networks, you don't think that that's not going to diversify the economy? I've been talking about YouTube studios for I don't know how long now, and YouTube needs to get on the ball before it's too late, because most of the mainstream talent that we are seeing in the culture now, guess what? The number one space that they are coming from is YouTube. So imagine you being able to upload a talk show episode 5 days a week, or a game show or reality competition on TikTok for a whole hour, or on Instagram. Child, listen. Everything is connecting more and more and more and more. And so with Warner Bros. Discovery, I honestly believe that these studios and the streaming platforms, I think out of all of them, I think it really should go over to Amazon. Because with Netflix, they, like some people have already said, they already produce a high output. So for them, it's like, well, it's just another company, in our back pocket. But with Amazon, they are known for the e-commerce thing, right? Netflix already has Netflix houses opening up. Amazon hasn't gotten into that market yet, but I'm sure with that, Amazon will probably be getting into the live entertainment sector, right? So I think the studios and streamers will probably go over to Amazon. Now, the linear TV networks, to be real with y'all, the linear TV networks, I really do believe if they really wanted to, I keep saying Google, because I really do believe Google can do something with that. Like I said, all the talent is coming from YouTube. So imagine YouTubers being able to have shows on TLC, Investigation Discovery, Animal Planet, Food Network. And you got to think about it like this. How many true crime YouTubers are there covering true crime stuff? How many reality stars or people with big personalities are on YouTube that could go on TLC for the next reality show? How many cooking content creators are on YouTube, like Chef Don Don? He could be on the Food Network, right? Think about how many animators are on YouTube that could be on Cartoon Network. Think about how many people cover real estate on YouTube that could be on HGTV. Think about how many people cover the news, right? Like David Pacman and Brian Tyler Cohen that could be on CNN. You see where I'm going with this? So I think that's probably where I'm thinking the studios and the streamers will probably go over to Amazon, and then the TV networks, I think Google could probably get that. I really, really do. Like, there's nothing in my head that really could shape that. I don't see anybody else. The only other people I could really see maybe getting the TV network assets is probably Sony. Sincere, because the only network they have is Game Show Network. But all of these networks right here joining Sony. And then not to mention too, imagine being able to bring back PlayStation TV with all of these networks, right? And then at that point, you could probably change over True TV, which I think True TV is turning over to TNT Sports. But imagine that you're taking, actually, let's look at the portfolio real quick for Warner Brothers Discovery. Warner Brothers Discovery. Our brands. Okay, here are the brands as they load up. So, for example, take HLN and make that the PlayStation Entertainment Network PEN, PlayStation Entertainment Network, right? So that'll be very easy to do because now you can cover media, culture, entertainment, video games. It's kind of reminding me of a network called G4. Good damn. So sincerely, I think that Sony could definitely use the linear TV networks. I think Sony could do something with it because they used to have a platform called Crackle, which was absolutely free. It was a free streaming platform as well. So that's just my take on everything that could be, right? Now, of course, all these are predictions. I have no idea. I do think if Instagram is up for sale, that is probably going to be the biggest social media bidding war ever, because if you think TikTok was something, Instagram has been here for a very long time, but they've been the cut. And when TikTok was being talked about being bought, the company I said that should probably buy TikTok is, is Disney right here, because as we saw in an article from what's on Disney Plus, Disney has been talking about adding user-generated content to the Disney Plus platform. So if Disney bought TikTok, well, there you go. If Braylon's virtual tour streaming live on TikTok, and Disney and TikTok really love the show, hey, we would like to offer you a TikTok Studios contract to put your show on Disney Plus, or really Hulu, where it should be, but you're folding Hulu into Disney Plus, which is a dumbass decision, Bob Iger, to the C-suite at Disney. Y'all are dumbasses for making that decision. I'm just letting you know. I really don't give a damn care-ish how you feel. Y'all made a decision publicly. I got the right to talk about publicly. It's called freedom of speech. But if Instagram goes up for sale, I think the company that really could buy it is Google. Now, I know what you're thinking. They got YouTube, right? True. It's more of a video sharing platform than a social media platform. As you guys know, Google had Google Plus. It really didn't work out. Although I think Google Plus, they just needed to work on it just a little bit longer, I think. But if they did Instagram by Google, now you got pictures and video tied to the biggest search engine ever. Come on. But also, too, you think about Sony and Crunchyroll, which is manga, anime, and PlayStation. Sony having Instagram could be huge for them, too. Nintendo, they're trying to become more of an entertainment company, so Instagram by Nintendo could be huge as well. Just keep it in the book, you know what I mean. But, and then, of course, Amazon, they have Twitch, which is a live stream platform. But if Instagram went over Amazon, there's the e-commerce, which actually, if you really think about it, Instagram going over to Amazon would really boost up, Instagram's e-commerce, which could give TikTok a run for its money because the TikTok shop. So that's what I have to say on all this, everybody. So I'm going to turn off my camera now because we've done the whole show. Over an hour, yes, we have. Listen, y'all, I just give predictions, okay? I drink my water, mind my black-owned business, and going on tour. That's all I do. That is it. That is all put in the story. But anyway, y'all, into it. Those are my thoughts on the future, what could be with Warner Brothers. And I do think that this battle is not over yet. I just truly don't think that the battle is over. I just really don't. It's definitely far from over. And I really do think that Google needs to get in here and buy Warner Bros. Discovery. I really do. Truly, I really do. I mean, like I said, the Warner Bros. Backlot being for YouTubers would be amazing. And like I said, with their 100 Zeros campaign, or their 100 Zeros initiative, right? Not campaign, but initiative, that could change a lot of things. You know what I mean? So I just truly believe that that could do a lot of good. A lot of good. So we'll take a little commercial breaky break, and we'll be back with more Braylon's Virtual Tour live right after this. We'll be back right after this. Live on tour. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Roll it.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean and feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon Lee's got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon Lee got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and two things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being movers, a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done our way with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. And just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to the people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not being seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams. beyond this gate,
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney in Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Mira's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Caesar. Just look at him. Politician. General. Author. Ruler. Man. Legend has it, he's not only stared into the belly of the beast, he's had it for dinner. Here he's free to relax, or party, or relax, or party, or relax, and party. His is a world of opulence, excess, and the occasional impulse buy. Not one to rest on his laurels, he's famous for ushering in a new age of entertainment. So, for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Braylon's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here. This is the Media Universe map of 2025, courtesy of our good man, Mr. Evan Shapiro. Yes, indeed, there. So, child, a lot going on in the world. It's been a very interesting week in terms of content. I got to tell you, my Lord Jesus, And by the way, y'all, I just want to show y'all something. Y'all are absolutely amazing, incredible, and everything in between because y'all did it up for your man, your friend, and family. But I have to tell you, y'all did y'all thing. I'm going to just show you. Okay? I'm going to just show you real quick. Here it is right here. Let me go to this and show y'all what y'all did right here. We literally did this live stream 2 days ago. 1,400 views right there. Thank y'all so much. I had such a great time with that. Such a great motherfucking ass time with that shit. Honestly, to tell you the truth, you know, a real one knows how to not only move on, but elevate up and be respectful in how they speak about people. And child, you were so big mad. And what did calling Mama Van those names do for you? You're still lost. So, child, God don't like ugly. He sure don't like egotistical pretty either. Anyway, but thank y'all so much for making it do what it do with that 1,400 views. Y'all can watch that anytime you want to. It is a great, great live for sure. So yes, indeed, we're just chillaxing here. Glad to have all of you here. Yes, indeed, we are just chillaxing. Yes, indeed, just chillaxing. Just chillaxing, just chillaxing, just chillaxing. Yes, indeed. So, my Lord Jesus. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Man, oh man, oh man. Whew. By the way, I did look for On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. I did not see the new episode from Tuesday on NBC.com as of yet. And then, of course, in about 30, 31, 32, in about 35 minutes, there'll be a new episode coming on at 8/7 Central on NBC. So as soon as those episodes come out, I will definitely let you guys know. And we will review those. And in addition to reviewing that, we'll also be reviewing the Braxtons as well. So a lot going on in the world for damn sure. So good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, and good stuff indeed. So yep, we're just chillaxing here. I'll probably chill out here until maybe 1 hour and 30 minutes. Then I'll give y'all the daily motivator and then head on out. So my Lord. Oh, my Lord. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. So there it is, y'all. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, child. Yes, indeed, y'all. My Lord. So yes, indeed, just chillaxing, just chillaxing, just chillaxing. Oh my Lord, what a week! What a week! What a week! What a week! What a week, man! Hang on. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, y'all. We are just chillaxing here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. It's been 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the daily motivator, and then we're going to head on out of here. Yes, indeed. So it's been a great live. We want to come on at least give y'all something. Yes, indeed. So yes, indeed. All right, y'all. I think I need to read this one on camera here because this one is this one's very deep. This one's very, very deep. All right, let me get this up here. All right, let me get this up. Share screen. There we go. Ooh, my Lord Jesus, that's delicious. That really does look delicious. All right, y'all, let me get my face up here so you guys can see me. Hello. Nice to see you. No man will work for your interests unless they are his. David C. Murray. Ooh, very deep words there. It's time for the day motivator for Friday, October 24th, 2025. Life at its best. Center your life around life. There's always time. You have it now. Use your time to bring more living goodness into existence. Interweave your awareness with the people around you, lifting the lives of all involved. Dig beneath the surface into the endless richness that is your existence, that pervades all of existence. Now is when fulfillment blossoms from what you choose to do, to be. Experience the reality of the world up close and in person. Don't settle for a mere imitation. View partially from a distance. Focus on what brings a genuine sense that all can be right with all that is. Carry wonder, wisdom, love, and kindness forward as you make a positive difference in real situations. This is a day to expand on your experience of life at its best. Do what honors and fulfills the unique opportunity you have to live, to be, to love, and to give. Ralph Walson. My Lord Jesus. You know, when we talk about life at its best, life will never be at its truly best, because there's always something that's going to be lost in the sauce, right? But what you can do is live the best life that you want to live for you. When you get so high in the clouds of it has to be this, that, and the third, you're missing the fact of that there are people that love you that are in front of you. When you get so high in the clouds of what your life should be, you're missing the life that you should be loving on. When you get so high in the clouds, you miss the life that you should be living on in front of you. And that's something that we all have to do better, for sure. So that's the first thing I would say, right? The second thing I would say is experience the reality of the world up close and in person. The world is not going to come to you. You have to go out into the world. I'll never forget Oprah Winfrey's last show. It was very selected audience, some family and friends. It was that one chair. And she said, for 25 years, I was in this chair and the world came to me. But now I get the chance to go out into the world. I never really understood that lesson until I had a moment of stillness to understand that. And I thought that was quite important. You know what I mean? So I thought that was absolutely just great to recognize that, hey, listen, the world is big, but we don't interact with it, we will be small. And finally, the third thing, do what honors and fulfills the unique opportunity you have right now to live, to be, to love, and to give. Well, if you're not living the best life for you, you can't be anything to yourself. You won't be able to love on anything, and you won't be able to give. In order to be able to give your best, you have to love yourself. In order to be something, you have to be able to live the best life that you can for you. With that being said, everybody, it's time for the best outro on YouTube. Know what you do and do what you know. Never say you weren't born special, because you were always born blessed and trust. You may not be where you want to be. By the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing to call yourself is another thing you've chosen. One love, much love, all love. I have spent time with you. You have spent time with me. And hopefully, if I spend time with Gary Ross, we'll be great together. And always remember, where you're doing radio, television, YouTube, live your best life, or you're just seeing moves are not being said out loud before they finally get told out loud. Make sure the replay is not just for if you watch it, not just for you listen to it, but for you want to experience it again. I love you. I value. I embrace you all. Always remember, receive love, you gotta give it. Receive love, you gotta give it. Receive love, you gotta give it. Whatever obstacles you've overcome, whatever success you have achieved upon this particular day, I'm extremely proud of you. But no one else is proud of you, proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen. We have to be able to understand that if we are more concerned about what is being broadcasted from a platform and the platform itself, we were distracted from the beacon. Let's care about the platform, because without the platform, you can't watch nothing, no how. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, and all of us as a society, as people, as culture. I feel the love. And I'll send it right back to you. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that They have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons. But you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you, and you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Are video games getting too expensive? This episode, we want to find some common ground because the CEOs want to raise the price even more.
Not with these broken ass games.
$5 million. That's how much San Andreas costs to make. Is it their fault for selling or our fault for buying?
Corporations claim all this stuff. Devs say otherwise.
Sports gamers, cozy gamers, whatever you call the people who play Power Wash Simulator.
I think it stings a little bit more because I'm spending my actual money and my mom is not. Imagine they get rid of all movie theaters and then charge you the same price to watch the same movie at home.
That's like every streaming service. It doesn't have to be the longest of games, but am I having fun with it? This is Lex. I'm Ronell. Let's get right into it.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Lights go low, the city goes high. Stories untold under moonlit skies. Braylon got the vibe, got the flow for the culture. Yeah, you already know. Turn it up, lean back, feel the breeze. Late night truths drifting through the trees. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Headlines flip with a soulful twist. Behind the scenes where the magic sits. It's the heartbeat of the now and the then, where the story starts and never ends. Tune in, lean in, feel the groove. Every moment, a vibe you can't lose. It's for the culture, by the culture. Braylon got the soul to show ya. Breaking it down, lifting it higher. Feel the rhythm, spark the fire. Hear the whispers in the city's hum. Echoes of stories where we're from. A beat, a step, a voice so clear. The pulse of us, it's all right here. We got soul, we got flavor. Every moment is a savior. Every experience is an overcomer. Turn it up, feel the glow, let the rhythm flow. Spotlight shining, we in the zone. This is the place where the culture's grown. Stories untold, now they're coming alive. Braylon got the vibe tonight. One thing to know and 2 things for sure. Higher is waiting and lower is available. But either way, we gotta go on tour. It's Braylon Lee's virtual tour, where the culture makes its move. Feel the love, feel the truth. This is us, this is you. From the unknown, the unembraced and more. This show, this brand, and the possibilities of what can be is all here for you. I'm just a kid from the rock, trying to be a rock for people, trying to make it best they can to become. Being moved as a creator of power to lift up all of us, not just a selective few. For the culture, by the culture, here we be. Braylon Lee, bringing life to your screen. Feel the soul, feel the truth. We're free, trust and believe. It's entertainment, news done away with. Braylon Lee, spotlight sharp like a diamond shine. We see the stars, but the stories align. Deep in the soul where the heartbeats find. The pulse of the people redefining time. Just a pro tip, people have to earn the right to hear your story, but in addition to that, people have to earn the responsibility to be a part of it. Just because we are not seen by everybody doesn't mean we are not been seen by who needs to see us. Noise equals attention and sound equals purpose. Anybody can be a creator, but it takes a somebody to be an artist.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child, Braylon been over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about.